A strong rail transportation system plays a significant role in the sectoral development and overall growth of any economy. There have been significant changes in the railway system throughout the world to enable railway fulfill their role more efficiently and effectively, of course. Now, however, the Nigerian railway sector is experiencing landmark developments in the last few years, witnessing accelerated implementation of national railway master plan. Now, however, the current administration is devoting enormous energy and political will to upgrade the system, or the national railway system. Recent manifestations of renewed vigor for railway modernization and expansion, including the following: the completion of Itakpe-Warri railway line, which was started almost 30 years ago, completion of Lagos-Ibadan standard gauge rail line, completion of Abuja-Kaduna rail line, and the award of contracts for Port Harcourt-Maiduguri line, as well as the ongoing extension of rail line to Apapa Port, Warri Port, and Port Harcourt zone. Now, with the recent developments ongoing on Nigeria's railway sector, traffic volumes are set to increase, with rail looking to secure a position as a key mover of goods and people across the country. Well, let me go on and on. I'm not here alone to discuss this and more issues on this very critical issues concerning Nigerian railway sector. I have joining me live in our Lagos studios is the Managing Director of the Nigerian Railway Corporation, Engineer Fidet Okiria. Thank you very much for your time. It's good to have you in the studio.
Good afternoon, Nigerians, and welcome to a new day.
Yes. First, I'm going to start with the big one that is coming in few days. I really need to start with that. Finally, Lagos-Ibadan Railway is set for inauguration. Take us through this and what are the plans on ground?
What I would say thank God. It's a blessing. And not just blessing to Nigerians, but blessing that is happening in our time. And we get at least benefit of using a modern rail infrastructure. And Lagos being the business center will be able to maximize the profit of having a functional and a working rail. And we hope with time the Apapa gridlock will be a thing of the past. And not just because of the rail, it had to be with our attitude. And we wish the terminal operators and the shipping environment to cooperate to enable the rail work as it should work, as it works in other countries. Hoping that by Thursday, the official flag off will be done by not any other person, by the President of Nigeria. And seeing the developments, not only just the track, the station building alone is what we should be proud of. And I remember a few months or few years back, people were lambasting the internet world, what they see in Ethiopia. But I'm surprised nothing is happening about this building that should be the best in Nigeria or even in Africa. Wow. That is the Mobolaji Johnson station at Ebutemeta. And we have them Apapa up to Ibadan. And we pray that Nigerians should have, I don't want to say change of heart, so that they appreciate their own and make best use of what they have. Because we have no other country, this is our country, and we have to protect it. As I always say, it's not because the president wants to come and ride rail from Lagos to Ibadan. It's for the people, it's for Nigeria. And it's not because the minister or the MD want to be on the track. How many times will I use the train? So it's for the people and for the economy. Because it's not just the person that it moves, but the goods that will be delivered in bulk at a cheaper rate. And the impact on that is that things will arrive the end user at a cheaper rate, and the manufacturer or the seller will sell at a cheaper rate. The volume of people that are able to purchase will purchase, and it's not because you have increased your price, but because a lot of people are able to patronize you because of the low cost. So Thursday is a dream day for not just for the railway stakeholders, but for Nigerians as a whole.
It's indeed a good way to start. I must confess, I've been on the train from Kaduna to Abuja, and it was lit. I commend. But of course, we know this is capital intensive, and a lot of investment have been put into this, both foreign and domestic, I'm sure. So tell us, versus the prospects and our maintenance culture, what do you see about the investment in all of this?
Do we need the rail?
We do.
Do we need infrastructure?
We do.
So based on that, I believe you can't spare the cost. Everybody wants to get the best education for his or her child.
Yes.
So also, the country should not spare anything for having the best infrastructure in place. Because once done, it's not going to be repeated. I compare, without the underground rail system in UK, I don't think it will be possible to move by foot. And they did it long time ago, and people are now enjoying it. Those that were not born are the people getting it. But people sweated, paid for it, either by loan or by working hard to ensure that that process. Some people lost property, as some people also lose in Nigeria as we develop. So we should have a very functional and working rail that will make people travel with peace of mind. You've used Abuja Kaduna,
yes.
You are not panicking whether the driver will make mistake or not. You can time yourself. Let's say it's even slow, say Kaduna Abuja 3 hours. You know, if I leave, I will get there in 3 hours time. That is the beauty of rail, because you are walking on a permanent way where you don't think there will be any obstruction. And thank God the way we are doing it, and the government policy is that the road and rail should not meet. Where they meet, there should be one should go under or one should go up. So that is the government policy, and that's what we are working on. The infrastructure is required. It's not because I'm rail. I work because I'm the MD of Nigerian Railway, because of the benefit for the people. You go to Rigasa, I tell people, at the first time the groundbreaking was to be taking place in Kaduna, which year was that? When eventually we ran away because of insecurity in that area. They just whisper around in the night, and the thing could not take place the following morning. It was President Goodluck that was to break the ground. The security people just passed the message, and we left all the canopy and everything. But today, it's not the same way in Rigasa. Rigasa is center of attraction now. People go there at their will. Even when we started this initially, people were skeptical about that place is not safe. They are always fighting. But it's not like that today.
Yes.
And you see development, even the launch coming out, people coming to invest and getting land. The value of land have increased there. And if you go to Edu, we see warehouses springing up because they have future plan of using the rail and moving their finished product or bringing raw material to themselves. Same thing will happen in Monia, for instance, Abeokuta. And if you just look back, Dugbe in Ibadan, almost center of Ibadan, if not center.
Yes,
you go to Enugu, the center of Enugu is where you have the rail station. You go to Kano, the bustling place, the downtown is the rail station, which means rail infrastructure attracts other developmental team. Here with us at Oyingbo, you can see how bustling Yaba, how bustling Oshodi, how bustling Agege, Agbado. Because you have the rail, you have cheap means of transportation, easy way of moving through your product. So also when we expand, you see new town development coming up. Instead of congesting in one place, it leads to expansion. So it's never enough. We are borrowing. If you borrow today, you are not going to borrow tomorrow. If you have the money, you do it with your own money. The beauty of this, that at least the present administration is doing, that we don't borrow to keep the money, we borrow to ensure that the work is executed. Nobody is giving somebody any money. The Chinese Central Bank is not giving us any money. You have signed a contract with a contractor. If even after our inspection, I issue payment certificate, the Exim Bank still come and review and ensure the value for money before they pay the contractor. So they are not giving money to the Nigerian government, they are not giving money to the president, they are not giving money to the minister, they are not giving money to the MD. They pay the contractor based on the work that has been satisfied done. So that's why you see this level of, and as I tell people, if the leaders were not selfless and transparent, we would not be where we are. Because if I've said, what is in it for me? The minister say, what is in it for him? And the president say, what is in it for me? It will lead to all the problems. Thank God we have the leaders that are not saying, what is in it for me? They allow what is in it for Nigerians and Nigeria. That's why we have made this. It's not today that this rail expansion started. Over 30-something years, Takbe Warri was awarded.
Yes, I think I read that in my intro.
A contract started and not that finished. But they came up and said, what the hell? We are ready to finish. Lagos-Ibadan, are you ready to continue at this rate? They said, okay, we can do this aspect, but we don't, because of, we can allow this side to go that can complete. The CCC came down the rail. The Lagos-Ibadan did infrastructure, building, roads, and here today, we thought, because the entire line not passing through township, is passing through Greenfield. We thought we would not be able to move past it. I would move a rake of 10 coaches there, but by now, from the point to Warri, the coaches are all occupied. At the same time, so those other 11 stations in between, the passenger hardly find space. As a result of that, the minister has approved that we should deploy another set of coach, so that a train will be taken off from Itakbe in the morning, another one will be taken out from Ojevu Warri in the morning, so that we have 2 return trips, making 4 trips a day. And immediately we started, the freight passenger came in, the AKK pipeline started moving. Okay. And we try to move at least once every day. Great. And we're also deploying another rake of 20 wagons, because we have received new wagons because of the foresight of the 288 wagons for freight. We are also ordered as coaches. We are ordered. 87 arrived. So from there we tend to move 20 to join the AKK, while we reserve the rest for immediately, because immediately the flag off takes place, we start moving product from flour mill, because they have approached us, to Ibadan. So we think, you see, the savings will be made by moving the product by rail and impacting on other aspects of our life and economy. You can't quantify it in Naira and Kobo.
Let me follow up with this. Now, we've seen indigenous firms also indicating interest in various rail projects for the 2021 fiscal year, if I'm correct. Yeah. That's from your, there was a flag off. And now tell us about this process. Some are making some noise. How transparent has it been? Tell us through the process.
You see, this rail development is not cheap. You said it earlier. It's not cheap.
Intensive, true.
So anybody that come to government and say, yeah, we want to join you and partner, we welcome wholeheartedly, open hand. So, okay, do your business case, provide source of funding, throw it to the Minister of Finance to do their due diligence on the source of funding, and to ensure that what you are providing is going to meet not just Nigerian standard, but the real approved standard. And we allow it. For instance, during the time of our minister, when he was governor, he approached the railway and we gave him authority to construct the rail. If you know, within the old rail station, there is overhead rail that was ongoing. And at the end of his administration, the present person did not continue. Lagos also approached us. You have the red light and the blue light.
That's true.
And we encourage them and ensure that they come on board. The Cross River, same thing. So individual can come and we make sure we guide them well, and they deliver for Nigerian to benefit, and they also to recover their investment. So we don't have any problem from people. We are trying to partner. Even you can bring, as you buy buses, you can buy coaches. It's just a matter of dotting the I and crossing the T, enter into an MOU, an agreement, and say, okay, if you want to use our track, because we are using our track, pay this as track fee, and because it's not an open feed, it's a control feed, the signal and communication we have should be able to meet various interests running on the train, so that you program your train and it will go smoothly. So we don't have, you can bring your local and wagons as far as follow up the due process. We invite ICROC, we invite PPP, and once those conditions are met, any man or any company can come in and join to operate. I tell people, don't you think I would want to fold my hand as MD and just be collecting commission from people operating instead of me going to be fighting to repair the track, fighting to repair the locomotive, ensure that I deliver my passengers and goods. I would prefer to relax in the office and be swinging, let other people do that, and just pay me and the staff there. So that's why we want, anybody can come and we tell him the true position and they can buy him.
Let's look at this. This time around where government needs money so seriously, IGR. I know COVID year was really, really, really not too good, looking at the figures that came in from the NRC. Now, tell us, with the gradual recovery, are we having projections or what are we expecting? With all of these good-looking things, Lagos-Ibadan is going to be everywhere. It's now like, so what are we expecting?
We are making progress. Abuja, Kaduna, I can say as we speak. We meet up on the operational cost for fueling, for providing security, for cleaning, not for petty maintenance on the track, and we pay something to the federation account as directed. But don't forget, when you have many tracks, some will make profit, some will not make profit. I will not say because the line going to Pouchy is not operational, you have to close it down. If you close it down, even when we still have staff, people are vandalizing it. So people have to be there, and you still have to keep the staff there. So it's looking forward is for us to be able to operate well, let Nigerians benefit, let them make good use of it, let them be happy that they have a working rail system. Then we continue to expand. You see, somebody who have a matchbox selling it will not make the same profit somebody who have a trailer load of matchbox.
True.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Enough investment has to be put in place first before you start. And that's what the government is trying to do. They want to ensure that we cover enough ground by providing the infrastructure. And also somebody can concession Abuja, Kaduna and think they can make profit on it. Somebody can concession Lagos-Ibadan. Why? So it should be positive that it's a good thing to have the infrastructure and operate it and keep it maintained. We have run Abuja Kaduna 6 years, and we have no issue or a day that we have not been able to run. We may have some train delayed because of locomotive failed, and we'll try and recover from it. And by the time the way we are going now, we are expanding what we have in a term of rolling stock. We have spare locomotives, spare coaches, so that instead of waiting for a train to break down before you maintain it, we can normally go back on our planned schedule maintenance to ensure that we withdraw, sending new one that has been maintained, and the train should be operated like an aeroplane, because a failure on train or a failure on the plane or the sky is a disaster. So also a failure on the train en route is also a disaster.
That leads me to my second question. Very interesting conversation. Time is just running out. And I wanted to ask about security and breakdown issues. This is very, very important. What are you doing with the police?
So I will start from the breakdown, because that's my area of security. You don't just provide security for rail alone.
That's true.
Security should be for the entire nation. On maintenance, we are trying our best to ensure the scheduled maintenance. If you change the filters when it's supposed to be changed, the filter will not clog and will not affect the injector. So if you check your diesel and not adulterated diesel, ensure the staff that is supposed to check when he receives the diesel, ensure and not compromise to ensure the diesel is receiving is the appropriate diesel. You will not have easy breakdown. If the person receiving the lubricant and ensure it's not using accepting adulterated lubricant, And when it's time to change the lubricant, you change it. That is the easiest way to make sure that the rolling stock and locomotive are fit. On security, we have a full-fledged command of police. We have a commissioner. We also have the Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps, and the office of the dissects, and everybody have their even the Air Force and military will live with them to ensure that they assist in providing security. So luckily we have not had issue of any serious incident, and you don't forget about what the late MK said. He said it's only a madman that can stay in front of a moving train. As far as the train continues to move, we have advised our train operators, even somebody is lying down the track, never you stop, because it's not supposed to be a sleeping area. And if you have things crossing the rail, just cross and go, because you don't know whether it is a trap.
Before we wrap up, I wanted to quickly touch on the menace of theft of real assets and attacks on infrastructure. It's very important. The Senate has called on federal government and relevant agencies to take actions, like deal maximum punishment without option of fine. Do you think this would address this, or what do you think will reduce this?
I'm a religious person. I pray that Nigerians change their heart and become fearing. Why will a normal human being start cutting his own property?
Honestly.
Because it's our property. So how much are you going to get? So it's frustrating and so sad that even for the new track, Abuja Kaduna, we have suffered a lot. People don't know that we have replaced over 150 knots that people lose, 150,000 knots. And it's going to cost us money to pay for a special knot that cannot easily be tampered with.
Okay.
Tamper-proof, which that is the way we are going in this. They gradually will replace them with tamper-proof. You say tamper-proof, but it can still be tampered, but it will take you time to lose them. So we will continue to appeal to their conscience. It's a funny thing.
Yes, it is. It's really amazing.
I tell you, I'm not. Police have arrested police. Police have arrested civil defense. Civil defense have arrested police. Even soldiers have been arrested in process of vandalization. So that is to tell you how we are trying to see if we can play it down so that they don't extend to other areas who don't even know about it. By the time they attacked the Takbe Warri, it became so frustrating that we have to go on the air to start. So we have asked our people to meet the community. I'm still doubtful because at a place we approach a community. They provided a bandwidth state. They provided a vigilante. At the end, it was the chief that was now directing people how to lose and say, okay, I'm giving you this side. You pay so amount. Trying to show how bad the situation is. We are. In Nigeria, on the past, I remember when we were growing up, people leave their wares on the road. Somebody a plantain.
We had all
they just you take it and drop the money, put a stone on top of the money.
Yes, and nobody will go there.
Come and collect it. I remember when we were young, they used to tell us if you pick money, you turn to goat. So even on the extent that when you see money on the ground, you will not take it because you are scared that when you pick it, you either turn to a goat or turn to a sheep. But even when you keep your money inside your bedroom, people come to take it. I think we should get our, I don't know, try and be talk to our conscience and be because nobody has said I've had enough money. Do you get it? You can never have enough of money. You can never have enough of what. It's your mind that tell you, I'm okay. Well, it's your mind that say I'm okay. You sleep, you will not be dozing. But when your mind tells you, you will not sleep and you lose weight. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Otherwise, why would Dangote still be moving up and down if money is enough?
Yeah.
Why would Bill Gates still be inventing more things to sell if money is never enough? So Nigerians, I will appeal to them to know what government is doing. They have to encourage them to continue because they are not doing it. The president is not doing it because of, he's doing it because of the people. If you have rail all over Nigeria, the person coming will not repeat it.
Yes.
And that, what you just be doing is to maintain it, ensure that it's maintained. And you talk about America today. If those infrastructure are not in place, we will not be running there. Our children, we will not be taking our children there, because they have suffered before and they have had it in place. That's why they could afford to say, if you don't come to work, I can give you money. Because they have worked, their grand have worked.
Very interesting conversation. MD is a good way to leave it. Nigeria Railway Corporation and Jeff Fidet. Okay, thank you very much for spending your afternoon with us. Despite the rain in Lagos, you're still able to make it to the studio. We appreciate it.
Thank you for TVC, because you have been part of this Ibadan Lagos, and we can't appreciate you people enough. The government can't appreciate you because you were always positive that we will get there, and that is the only way to go.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, that's the way to go now.